Willkommen, Icelandia. Welcome back to Iceland, friends. I'm Mellowseven. This is Football Manager 2018. We are with VÍDIR, and I think I've got time for one more tonight, and then probably have to wrap it up and get them edited so we can get them out to you guys. So, transfer window just ended. You can see right here up in the corner, time remaining until transfer window closes, 0 and 0 there. So, 120 deals, 17% foreign import, a total of 160,000 spent. You can see I did the most. 22 players in, 3 players out. HK 10 and 7. Grindavik 10 and 9. So there were a few of us that did quite a lot of dealing. Legna Reykjavik 9 and 9. Look at that, 9 players out. 13 players out for throw to Reykjavik. That's a lot. So let's take a look to see what we did. If I can figure out how to do it. Transfers. Transfer history. So what did we do? Bjornsson, striker. That was the athletic, the youth director that brought them in, right? So we have started with Gudmundur Gunnarsson right here. Goalkeeper is instantly going to be our best. You can see right there, 3.5 stars. Beauty, right? I looked really, really hard at bringing in a kid that had an eccentricity of like 18 and good reflexes and kind of everything. And he was really fast. That was it. Good eccentricity, really fast. That was about it. But they had him rated at 4 stars because that eccentricity was so high. It was crazy. And I thought about it because I just thought from a story standpoint, it would be hilarious to have him. But we've played it safe. So that's Gudmundur. And then we brought in Mikkel Damsgaard. We needed a little bit more. Well, I take it back. I just kind of looked at a list of the best rated players who we thought would accept a transfer here. That was it. And I took a player that I thought filled the need. We didn't really need an attacking midfielder here. I think between Tasic and Local, we're fine there, to be honest. And but he does fit in there well if we need to for depth. I have more in mind running him here in the center. I think he's going to be an improvement there. We kind of had some 2-star current there, and that's about it. We've got a lot of potential, but not a lot of current ability there. So I think that's where he's going to fit in. He's Danish, and he's a youngster, and I didn't want him to be alone, so we went back and we brought in Mads here. Mads is also Danish, 3-star current ability, 3.5 potential-ish, but he's going to play defensive center for us. He's got good heading, he's got jumping reach, he's got acceleration, and decent positioning. And 8 and 7, not too shabby either. So we're going to bring him in. He's going to be our starting defensive center. That gives us a team that looks something like this across the back here. So we've got Kari as a stopper. Yes, we do. And we've got him on cover. Let's drop him back a little bit. Normally, I don't like a lot of defensive center backs because they tend to just boot the ball forward. But in this case, that's our entire strategy. So I think we can live with it. So at the moment, I've got Markon on the left and Goose on the right. Goose is not considered our best option over here. Well, this does, but we've got Thor Halson who can play right, left, and center. And we've got Ingi who can play on the right. And we've got Stefan, actually. So we have players. None of them are spectacular. This is probably the weakest spot on our team at the moment. But he's got some speed. Heading is okay. Tackling is okay. So defensively, he's actually pretty good. And with positioning of 11. And he's got some leadership when he's out there on the field as well. And good work rate. So decisions, composure. He's a pretty solid player. I wouldn't mind if his crossing was a little bit higher, if his passing was a little bit higher. But we can live with it for now. And we can come down here. We've got Thor Halson in. I wasn't sure if we're going to get him because he was wanted. And he's just on loan. So somebody could have sold him. He's got more acceleration, less pace. Defensively, he's probably not quite as strong, but teamwork, positioning, leadership, determination, aggression. So, not too bad. That aggression's the big number that stands out from Goose there. And then our other defensive Ingi here is our other kind of realistic option. And he's the slowest of the bunch, so he probably better suited at the moment for defensive center, but marking and heading are poor. Jumping's not spectacular. He does have positioning. So of the options right now, he's probably the lowest down, and we might even want to just send him back. We do have Stefan here, and You can see he is even slower, but he's got some acceleration. I would have sold him if I could. He's listed, but nobody wanted him. Andre's listed, but nobody wanted him. I mean, I guess we could release. I'm considering it now. He plays defensive center. We've got, is he any good? 9-8-9. Positioning of 8. He's not as slow as Stefan. These two, they could disappear and I wouldn't cry too much. And they're considering their options right now. I wonder, could I... Let's see, if we go to transfer, do we just dump them on the unwanted list? Just sell a release? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. Transfer, unwanted list, sell a release. I think that's what we do. I got no issues losing those. Trim up the team a little bit. We've got a couple too many people here. Sindri probably should be on the youth team, but I'm keeping him up here. I've just made him available 90 minutes because you know he's better than, he's not hugely better, but he's better than Johansson. Well, I don't know. You know, I just he needs to get as much play time as possible so we can start to maybe get some of this. But he's only 17, you know, and goalkeepers, they may not peak till 30 years old, 32 years old. So we'll see. And in the meantime, we've got Gunnarsson, who's 26 and kind of peaked, to be honest, but he's okay. So this is what we're looking at. A little bit weak here, defensive left, mid right. Jonas, again, we've got potential, but not a huge amount of current ability. We'll just have to kind of see how that goes. And he wasn't spectacular. I don't know that he was better than Emerson was for us. In fact, if we... but he had these 2 chances within 2 games. 4 chances within 2. Well, they were all 1 game, but regardless. So he's in the starting lineup for the moment. So this is what we got. Tasic, Maverick, Local Jokel, Magnus, Mikhail Damsgaard, Jonas, Markin, Kari, and Mads. And we're just going to set nickname to Mads. We're just going to make it Mads. Goose and Guthmonder. I think we'll just go with Guthmonder. I like Gunnarsson too, but they're both fun words to say. So, again, we've got the Danish guys there just so that helps because we see what happens with Tasic getting tired. And like I say, he doesn't have a real contract. The funny thing is, I offered him a contract. I made promises, and he never got back to me. So we could have traded him if he would have done that. But he is our only non-EU player, which I think we're allowed a couple? 3 maybe? 3 non-EU players in the playing 11, but we just have the one. So I think that's kind of it. What did you miss while you were gone? Was it exciting? Yeah, actually we beat Selfoss, oddly enough. Completely unexpected. 325 people showed up to watch us beat them in their house, which was great. And you can see here, Tasic got the goal just before halftime. And then we just kind of hung on. To be fair, we pretty well dominated this match. You can see right there, we had 9 shots. Only 2 were on target, but 3 clear-cut chances and a half chance, and they had the 1 half chance. So we were creating, we weren't finishing, but we were the only ones creating. They had 5 shots, just the 1 half chance. Nothing really happened for them. Possession, everything else was pretty equal, to be honest. Except we were better in the air. 68% of our headers. I don't know how we could win 68 and they could only win 50, and they won 50. I mean, doesn't that add up to more than 100? I'm really, really confused about this. Tackles won as well. Well, no tackles, that's one person tackling somebody else. But headers won. 2 people generally are going up for a header. That's how you win the header. So I'm not quite sure how we had different numbers of that. But, yeah, not too shabby. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can play a game before I fall asleep. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to continue here. Hopefully not too many. Question, just getting your breath back. It's worth it though. We're delighted with the business we did. I think we're a stronger team. I hope so after bringing however 22 people or whatever we brought in. Not all of those were me. Some of those were, like I say, the youth, whatever his title is. Speaking of words, they're hard. I decided to look up a little bit of, what does one Deild Karla mean, right? Because that's the league we're playing in. It means men's department. We are playing in the first men's department. Yep. I'm sure the spiritual translation would be men's league, but Google says it's department, so that's what we're playing in. I prefer if we were playing in the lingerie department, but it is what it is. We'll play in the men's department. Levi's and fleece, all the good stuff you need for Iceland. Boots. Pre-match advice. Yeah. We're playing somebody. We get home advantage. Okay. Gives us the edge. Maverick faces former club. Okay. Aegison leaves. They liked Maverick. They're happy to see him back because he's a good guy. And Thor Aronson is out for 2 to 3 days. Do we need to sub him off? Mid-center. Do we have anybody to sub him off to? Yeah, we've got Sigurdsson. He can play mid-center. There we go. Something like that. Look at that. We've got depth. We've only got 5 subs, though, so you really have to kind of think flexibility, right? That's why Thor Hallson, who can play any defensive position, is great. And then these 3 can play 4 positions for us. Not spectacular. And Valson can cover the rest. So I think we've got it. It's just, like I say, 5 makes you think about what you're doing. You really want those backups don't necessarily need to be the best person on the planet. They just need to be a versatile player that you can stuff in a lot of places. Depending on how you're doing it. It also means maybe you rethink your overall tactic, something that requires fewer players. So maybe something that uses more midfielders, a defensive midfielder and a couple midfielders rather than, fullbacks, wingers, attacking midfield, like what we're doing. We're the exact wrong thing because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different types of positions essentially. And we've only got 5 subs for that. So it's a really bad plan for this style of substitution, I think. But we're going to do it anyway. Because that's what type of people we are. Grindavik. Umfg. Umfg. Let me know in the comments what you think UMFG stands for. I can think of a few things. I'd like to know what you think. Wants to know why I terminate because he's not any good. I didn't want him to stay at the club. That's fine. He gives us depth. He gives us depth. And he's no longer more or less unhappy. No, I didn't want him to talk him into staying. I wanted him to talk him into leaving. A little bit. We've got our wires crossed there. He's just an extra body that we don't need. I mean, it's not going to hurt us to keep him. But there's just no need. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Sindri got a win last time, and that was a little bit unexpected. They beat Leikner Reykjavik, which is great because that means Leikner's lost to us and Sindri. So they're supposed to be, I think, one of the better teams. But it's not going well for them the last few weeks. So there we go. We can go ahead and pull that out. That is our starting group there. No real changes. None of us have auto numbers submit. None of us have match fitness. And dressing room at the men's department. Talk to team. These are just stupid. Y'all know what to do. If they did, they wouldn't need a manager. But in theory, they know what to do. All right. So this is the second game officially in the league for us. So we'll see how it goes. Second game in the first men's department. Probably in a store in Reykjavik somewhere. And hey, we're up to second position with the draw. So whoever else is playing has scored a goal. Somebody's got a goal and must have Vest Manya? Don't know. Oh, now everybody's losing. Somehow. All right, we got a corner. Magnus feeds it in. Tasic. Come on, hang on to it, Tasic. Feeds in beautifully. Oh, just slides wide. Ragnarsson got a hand on it, helped push it out. Did he? Yeah. Come back for a corner, just from the other side. Magnus again, because he's the only one I think that we have that can do corners. Kari got a head on it, but couldn't get it going. So Heithdal charging up. He's got runners down there, but we've got people coming back too. They outnumber us a bit, but we took it away from them because we tackle everything. And that's the end of that threat. That's good. All right, Markin into Magnus. We probably should check our set pieces again now that we brought in all these additional people, because it's entirely possible we have people that can do corners and free kicks. Not likely, because I don't remember, nothing jumped out at me when I got these people in for that, but it's possible. And it's possible that they're just marginally better than what we have had as well. Tasic manages to get it back to Magnus, okay, over to Maverick in the middle. What's he got? He goes all the way back to Markin. Markin into the middle there, Domsgaard, feeding up to Maverick. Oh, it took him a stop just to settle it down, and he just feeds it past. He didn't even try to make it past his guy. I think he just shocked the defender so much. The goalkeeper, too, squeezes it near side, and goalkeeper doesn't do much with it. Bad goalkeeping, I guess, but look, he just won down, puts it away. He might have been screened by his own player. Just couldn't see it. That's what he's saying. He's like, man, I didn't know it was happening until it was too late. It wasn't the hardest hit ball, but it went through with a little bit of pace. You know, it didn't just roll in, like a back pass like we sometimes do. So Maverick gets a goal. That's still not enough to get us up into first place again. We're still sitting in second off a goal differential. I can live with that. That's okay. I'm going to see how Guthmundur does in his match here. Sindri did great for us. No complaints at all about Sindri. We've got 6 shots so far. 3 have been on target. They did not have any in the first half. And we've pretty well dominated possession. But we've only got a 1-goal lead. Things are going well. I know you're better. I don't see a need to change anybody. Yokel's not had a great game. But I think we just leave him. He's the captain. We just let it go. If we need to, we can always sub. We can move Tasic back, or we can move Domsgaard up, and just fill how we need to fill. Probably Tasic back is better, because then we could move in Valsen as our other striker if we need to. But we'll give it a little bit longer. If it's still this way, maybe around the 60th minute, we'll go ahead and do that sub. But for the moment, I think we just kind of roll. Everybody else is fine. Jonas, he's still having a little bit of trouble adjusting for there. And like I say, if he doesn't create any more chances this game, then that chances per 90 is dropping, and it's going to be time to start subbing other people in. We're still sitting at 6-3 for local. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and swap Tasic back, and then we're going to put Valsen in as our attacking forward right like that. I think that will work just fine. We're going to confirm, see what happens. Domsgaard is getting a little bit tired. We might have to sub him out. But I think it'd probably be okay. Yeah, I say that, but then the numbers dropped really fast. Mods get its headed on the ball. Gunnarsson, we can get rid of it. Something's going on. It was enough to stop the clock there. This has been fixed more or less. More stuff is happening down there. I think we'll go ahead and sub Domsgaard off now. Who do we want to put in for him? Who's a little bit better defensively? Probably Sigurdsson, because he plays defensive midfield. There we go. And we'll see if we can just kill this one off. You know, these aren't terribly exciting wins. 1-0 wins, but they're 2 wins. And like I say, we're supposed to be top half. And you know, when I saw the beginning of the season that I wasn't really expecting top half. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Is that game? We did have the draw, by the way, for the cup.
Now, through the 30th only, it's the Black Friday sales event at Pan Pacific.
Okay.
Click now for doorbuster discounts on all new and pre-owned inventory.
Ignore that.
RVs must be and will be sold during the Black Friday sales event at Pan Pacific RV.
Nothing's open. Okay. I don't know whose RV that was, but we paused and waited for it, which is really interesting. Oh my God, that almost went in. And what happened to Tasic? Was that a goal? No, I don't know what happened at the end there, though. First of all, I don't know what happened with the commercial, because I looked, I didn't have anything open that could be playing ads. I still don't see anything open that could be playing ads. Something clearly did. It just wasn't something I was expecting. Okay. And now we got to find out what was wrong with... Ooh, that could be bad. Potential knee injury. Talk to team. I think we just say assertive. Well done. Now we find out what happened. Because that was at the very end. He was lying there. And I'm assuming that was a cross in for him. But it just about went in regardless. Tasic is injured. 5 to 8 days. Okay, nothing terrible. Damsgaard made his debut. I think he played fine. First men's department roundup. We are still in second place. 2 wins. No draws, no losses. 2 goal differential, 6 points. I think that's good. But a lot of people have a match in hand. So we're probably going to drop back. I'm sure a 2 goal differential is not going to keep us up there. Oddly enough, a Reykjavik boss, because they're all Reykjavik bosses. Oh, not one of our players. Good name, though. Ingolfur Ragnarsson. Yeah. That is a good name. So that's match. So, oh, I was going to say, we did have the draw for the cup. It is a premier team. Probably going to skip it. Just our luck, right? We pulled a premier in the 3rd, so we're probably not going to make it to the 4th, so we probably need to do well in the league. But you never know. I mean, we've had some upsets already, so it's definitely possible. I think our team's playing better. Let's go ahead before this ends real fast, and we'll check a quick comparison now to see kind of where we stand as a team after the trade window closed, and eventually this stuff will finish. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Nope. Never going to end. Somebody was promoted. Yay them. Unbeatable Vithor set new record. 6 games unbeaten from Saturday. Really? That doesn't sound right, but I guess it is. Because we have the 2 draws in there. Yeah, we've only had 3 losses so far. That's not too bad. We've had more wins than losses and a lot of draws. But that'll get us somewhere. I don't know if it gets us quite where we want to get, but is this one the one we want? Yep, comparison. All right. All positions, still decisions, first touch are poor, and strength. But still good teamwork, still good work rate, so we didn't screw that up with the people we brought in. We've got some leadership, a little bit of aggression, passing is up. Goalkeepers, we know our goalkeeping's improved. Still kicking command and 1v1's poor, but at least we've got some green there. Defensively, marking is still terrible, tackling is still terrible, and we're still slow. But we can head, we can jump, our positioning is good, and we've got enough acceleration to get back to that positioning. So we're just going to keep our fingers crossed and pray a lot. That's essentially it. You know, it's less than a jump of 3, you know, from 7 to 10. So it's not like it's a huge gap. Here, 8 to 11.5, 9 to 12.5. So we're just gonna have to live with it. Midfield, long shots, we're not gonna be taking a lot of them. And stamina's a problem. We're seeing a little bit of that even with Domsgaard getting tired there towards the end. And tackling, but he doesn't really need to tackle that much. I wish technique was better, and clearly we want decisions to be better, but it's only a difference of 2 from 8 to 10 here. So it looks horrible from here, but it's not spectacular. And we do have the best teamwork. So in theory, people follow directions we give them, and we've got good vision. So maybe we'll continue to create chances, which is surprisingly what we've done so far. Amongst our attack, we've got good pace. Our acceleration is not quite as good, but when we get to top speed, we're very good. Off the ball is not spectacular, but we have decent anticipation. We can jump, but we can't head when we get there. But we do have some long shots, which is good because we've shown that we will take a few of those. And our finishing is a couple below where we really want it to be. But we've scored some goals, so no real bitches there. Physically, oddly enough, this is rare. Well, it's not rare. But generally, I like to just lower stuff, go for physicals. But this league is kind of at a weird place for me. It's still at a point where I think physicals may control all, but you know, we've got some technicals are bad, but we've got some good mentals. And maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe I should have just looked at physicals and said, heck with the rest of it. Maybe that's a problem on my part as far as building the team. Because normally I do. Normally, lower leagues, I go for that. But it just feels like this league is a step up from those, but my players clearly aren't. The league probably is. It's just me. Mental-wise, you know, we've got good work rate. We've got good teamwork. We've got some leadership. We do have a little bit of flair. We're brave. Man, everything down here, though, right? That's the weakness. And technical, we're nowhere near the average anywhere across the board. It's going to be a tough season for us to get top half. It truly is. It's doable. I think our tactic is the right tactic for that. You know, we're gonna clear it, and we're gonna try to work it in the box because we do have some decent finishing now up here, I think. And just close more and more, get stuck in, tighter marking. You know, do those things. Force other people into making mistakes and hope these guys can pounce when it happens. That's essentially our entire thing. Force them to make more mistakes than we make because we're not going to be playing the beautiful game, right? We're not Leeds United Rebirth. We're hopefully the Leeds before the Rebirth that played the horrible, dirty game. That's fingers crossed. That's going to be us. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thumbs up if you did. Thumbs down if you hated it. Let me know what you think of our transfers and what does UMFG stand? Yeah, what do you think UMFG stands for? And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more. We'll see you next time. Cheers.